What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Extravagant Fragrances. So today I'm going to give you a different few money-making ideas when it comes to marketing your fragrances, specifically your fragrance body oils. One of those ways, and I'm going to jump straight into it, is going to be having your labels. When you do the labels for your bottles, printing the fragrance name on there, and then also printing the if you have a website address, even if you don't have a website address, having some kind of contact information, having an email, a phone number. But if you do have a website address, you want to have that website address on that same label, because if you are, for example, wholesaling your fragrance bottles out, right? Your reach, your products are gonna be out there. They're gonna be floating around in the marketplace, and you want to leave basically, I guess you can kind of say, like breadcrumbs, right? You want to leave like a gingerbread breadcrumb trail back to where that fragrance came from. So that's one money-making idea, one good way to market your fragrances when you're in business for yourself. Another way that I recommend to get your branding out there, to get your name out there, is Google Maps, okay? And this really goes for any business. If you are in business for yourself, if you saw one of the videos, I talked about keeping your overhead low, and I talked about, basically converting an office space into a retail storefront, permitting that, you're allowed to do a certain amount of retail foot traffic in that building, wherever you're at. You need to make sure that first of all, you're allowed to do that. But once you get your address of where your retail location is at, you want to make sure that your business is on Google Maps. And the reason why I say that is because, let's say, for example, if you're in the middle of nowhere, right? If you live out in the sticks, okay, and people don't know you, people don't, there's not a lot of, let's say, body oil vendors wherever you're at, for example. What's going to happen is when you get on Google Maps, if somebody in your locality is looking for so-and-so's fragrance body oils, you're going to be the first one to come up in the search. If there's no other competitors in your area, if there's no one else selling body oils in your area, you're going to come up first in the searches on Google. So you want to make sure to have your retail storefront, your office space, whatever, your place of business on Google Maps, and also have your contact information, have your website address on Google Maps. And if you can have imagery is powerful. So when people go there and they see, oh, okay, this guy's open from this time to that time. Oh, he has a store over here. Oh, these are the type of items he's got in his store, blah, blah, blah. You want to have all of that up there. So Google Maps is a super, super big plus. You want to have that at your disposal. So that's going to be the second thing that I recommend. And the third thing is, many of you, like vendors out there, I've seen so many vendors make this huge mistake. And this could be if you have a storefront, or if you're in the flea market, or even if you're a street vendor, right? One of the biggest mistakes I see with street vendors, mobile vendors, just any kind of vendor, where you're on foot or you're posted up at, like I said, like the flea market, is, many of you get a lot of good foot traffic already. And so I'm just like shocked at how many vendors I see that will have, let's say, 10 to 20 customers in a day, but you won't collect one email address. Do you know just how powerful and how valuable an email address is? You've got corporations that spend big money just on email addresses. Why? Because they know that an email address especially if it's somebody who's already interested in that specific product or service that you offer. When you market to that email address, that person who has that email address, they're going to be interested more in your product than, say, somebody who doesn't even know you. So the fact that you have a customer, you know, if you're in the flea market or a street vendor or you have a storefront or whatever it is, you need to be asking for email addresses. And you basically, you say, hey, you know, if you like this fragrance, listen, I'm always getting new fragrances. You know, do you mind if I have your email address? I'll sign you up to my newsletter. And then that way I'll keep you updated with all the new fragrances that I'm getting. This is one thing you gotta do. I knew one guy who was a street vendor and he played it smart. I mean, the guy's got email addresses. The guy markets to his email addresses. The guy's a multi-millionaire now in the body oils business, okay? So you gotta use that. You have to have a email marketing campaign. If you don't already have one good email marketing campaign that I highly recommend is going to be MailChimp, okay? MailChimp is free. I think it's free for the first, I forget how many subscribers that you have or email subscribers that you have, but it's free for the beginning, and then I think after you reach a certain high amount, then it goes up. But for you street vendors, flea market, you know, office space, retail storefront, whatever, you need to have email marketing at your disposal, because if you're the type of person, you're in town, you know, somebody comes from out of town, maybe they're a tourist in your area. You know, there's certain cities where people go to those cities to tour, right? And they're going to go back to their home state. Well, you want to make sure to capture that email address, because when they run out of that fragrance and if they like it and they want to purchase that product again, they need to know how to get in touch with you. So it's good, it's better to get their email address. And I would say even more important, it's even more important to have an email marketing campaign and to be able to capture email addresses even more so than having business cards. Why? Because a business card, people lose business cards, okay, all the time. And that brings me up to the next idea of marketing is, you know, instead of using regular business cards, use business cards that are magnets. Okay, pizza restaurants, you know, they do this all the time. You know, you go there, you pick up a magnet. Everybody wants to have some magnets on their refrigerator, you know. So when you get your business card as a magnet instead of just a plain paper, people are more likely to put that on their fridge. And that way you're not out of sight and out of mind. So this is one really good idea to market yourself very inexpensively. Another good one is going to be, hold on a second. Sorry about that. So another good one is going to be to have Yelp. Yelp is a good one. I prefer Google Maps over Yelp, but doesn't hurt to have Yelp. You should have Yelp as well. Let's see what else. If you saw my other videos, I talked about the incense labels. You know, if you're selling incense, again, having website addresses on your incense labels, right? Or your contact information or whatever. Let's see, what else? Oh, free classified ads, okay? Find a free classified ads website. There's many of them out there. And I find it pretty effective to advertise on free classified ads. The only thing is that your advertisements don't renew themselves, so you need to keep renewing them. So when one is expired, you need to go and put a new ad out with nice compelling pictures. Take real nice pictures and okay, bam, fragrance body oils at the top, you know, put your price, whatever, and then have the nice compelling pictures and put your contact information. This is one really super good way to get your business out there. And always remember this, is that if you're in a hidden location when it comes to retailing your products, right? If you're kind of tucked away, you're gonna have to spend more money on marketing dollars to get found, right? That's just the name of the game. If you're more visible, if you're in a more visible retail location, the less you're going to have to spend on marketing dollars. So just keep that in mind. That's a rule of thumb that you should always remember. So I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Oh, one other thing that I haven't ventured into yet, but something that you can think about, is not just email marketing, but they also now have, and I don't know how long this has been out. I'm pretty sure it's probably been out for a long time now, but text message marketing. So, basically when you have your phone list of customers, sending out a text message saying, hey, today's special is whatever. I think there's certain services out there where you can, do a text message blast to, let's say, even if you have I believe hundreds and hundreds of customers, you'll be able to send one text message out saying, hey, here's today's special, and then just blast that out. And this is another way to get your name out there, get your business reputation out there. So I think I covered everything. If you have questions, if you like this video and found it helpful, give me a thumbs up and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a good one.